Hi, this is Jasmine Brown. This is the assignment of production concept for Introduction to Theater. I will be touching base on comparing and contrasting for Macbeth. I would like to go ahead and start by saying that I love doing projects like this. I love comparing and contrasting, and I just love giving my personal interpretation on certain things as far as plays. So let's go ahead and get right into it. What do you get when you mix unification, creativity, and cohesion together? I will tell you what you get, and that is interpretation. To successfully piece a scene's production concept, the interpretation of the design collectively is what calls for the unification of the elements of any particular play. The production concept, in a nutshell, is the unification of a creative vision for the design element of any stage play. It calls for the diversity in costumes, set designs, and lighting, all to collectively support the goal, and it also all starts with interpretation. In scene 1, the interpretation that the set designer, lighting, sound, and visual artist wants us to interpret is more of an Elizabethan design. That's my take. You notice this in the costumes and also in the 16th century props such as the swords, the shields, and all of that good stuff. It also has a lot of soft gray lighting. This is the total opposite though for the more modern day Macbeth. I believe the production of the second act wanted to produce more of a suspenseful and spookier feel. You can see this in the harsh lighting for that specific reason. The dark and gothic costumes and scary and suspenseful makeup, honestly. In the first scene, I think the director may have told the designers and actors to give me more passion and to tell a story through the eyes of the 16th century soldier. In the second scene, I think the director may have told the designers and the actor to give me more gory, dramatic passion and to make my audience feel like they're in a dark alley. I'm sorry, but that's what I really felt like. I was in a dark alley. So that's what I took from that. Both scenes indeed have a particular mood, but they were completely opposite. I touched base on the lighting as far as soft and harsh lighting, and I must say the scenes did a really good job at perfecting those. Another thing that I would like to touch base is on music. Music is a key thing and is what either wakes up a scene or brings down a scene. Scene 1, I think the music went well with more of an Elizabethan tone, with frequent drops in the more dramatic parts of the scene. In the second scene, the music was perfect, and it even added more to my interpretation of what the director wanted the viewers to see, which was more so of a suspenseful, spooky. So I really actually enjoyed that. I think the three witches, I think they represented faith. They were able to predict the things before the viewer actually seen the specific scene, before we even knew what was actually going to take place. They said it. They specifically predicted it and they said it. I think the first act did a good job at making the viewers know on a visual perspective that the three women were witches. Through their facial detailing, their snarky voices, the first act did a phenomenal job at that. I think the second act failed. They failed at making it visibly noticeable that they were witches. The witches looked more like zombies. And it was just too much movement, too much running around. There was a lot of distractions in this scene where you couldn't actually focus on the detailings of the witches. They just looked like everyone else in the room. Quite frankly, it was extremely hard for me to focus because there was so much going on. Honestly, I would have never known that they were witches if I would have not seen the first act. The first act was very clear. The second act was kind of, oh, okay, now I get it, if you understand what I'm saying. I enjoy detail, and I do think there was enough detail for the three witches in the first scene, but not in the second scene. But the second scene did do a good job on the spooky suspense. but what I did not like about the second scene was that it was a modern day film, yes, but it was a Elizabethan voiceover. They had modern day costumes, modern day makeup, modern day location, but still that Elizabethan voiceover. And I think that's what failed. Aside from the distractions, aside from all of that stuff, that's what failed. And that's why I did not like that scene. Both did a good job at trying to portray the concept, but the voice in the second one threw the whole concept off, if that makes sense. This is my personal interpretation on the scenes. I hope you did enjoy listening to me, and I will see you soon.